Hey guys, Fami here, and I'm going to teach you how to Sparrow fly. All you're going to need for this is a Sparrow with destabilizers. So this could be the Micro Mini, as you can see, destabilizers here, or always on time, again, stabilizers right here. Always on time generally is preferred because it actually has more boosts than any other Sparrow in the game, so it's going to allow for more mistakes. So the whole idea behind Sparrow flying is there is constantly gravity pushing you downwards. It exists in the game, it exists everywhere else. And the idea is you're going to mitigate that by dodging. You can either do it when you're upright and dodge to the right, which sends you to the right, or if you're directly upside down and dodge to the left, it also sends you to the right. It was a little bit unclear there, but it'll make more sense later. So, as a general rule, if you dodge earlier in your rotation, then you're going to travel directly downwards, like that, or like that. That was just like a rough example. If you dodge a bit later, then you're going to travel more upwards, like either that or like that. So the whole idea is you're going to jump off, you're going to start spinning in one direction. If you're facing to the left here, you're going to spin to the left like this, just holding the left directional button. If you're going to do it to the right, again, you're going to be reversing everything. So you're going to be dodging to the left when you're upright or dodging to the right when you're upside down. So again, you're going to hold the right directional button. In order to start that spin though, you do need to hit the destabilizers. Default button on keyboard is shift. So the whole idea behind it is to jump off into space, summon your Sparrow, hold the left button, use the destabilizers, and then wait for yourself to come around in the rotation and do the relevant dodge. I'm just doing left dodges right now. I'm waiting till I'm directly upside down, then a little bit further so that I gain a bit of height, like we mentioned earlier, and dodging to the left. The reason why you want to do it later is because there's gravity pulling you down, so in order to counteract that, you need to travel a little bit more upwards. If you did it when you were directly upside down, you would travel down to the ground. For instance, like that. You can't really see it, but I actually lost a bunch of height. Same thing there. We'll do it one more time. You know, it's not exactly giving me the push directly in the right direction, but sometimes it's necessary. The key things to take away from this is that you're constantly holding one direction to turn your Sparrow. I'm only going to talk about it in this situation of looking to the left just because it can make it a little bit more clear for those people learning. So I'm going to constantly be holding the A button or the left directional button whilst I'm traveling in order to keep myself spinning. The only times I will ever let go of that key is so that I can dodge and then I instantly put my finger back on that button. You will only use the destabilizers at the beginning to start turning your Sparrow. After you do that first dodge, you do not touch the destabilizers ever again. So right here again, summon your Sparrow, destabilizers, move to the left, and then start dodging. I'm only holding to the left at this point. Only holding to the left. So what I'm going to show you right now is what happens when you dodge a little bit later. So later into your rotation, pretty far past being directly upside down, you're going to start traveling more upwards, and you're not going to have much speed, as you can see here. So I'm dodging very late. I'm pretty much at a standstill right now, but hey, I'm keeping my height at least a little bit. Now what if we start dodging a little bit later? We head directly downwards, as you can see. And well, you hit the death barrier. So what exactly is that sweet spot that pushes you forwards but also counteracts the gravity? I'm going to try to hit it as many times as I can in this run here. So again, going a little bit past upside down, but not too far, so that you keep sideways momentum right here. And as you can see, I'm heading pretty well in a straight line downwards. But it's just a little bit after being upside down. So these are all really solid dodges. You might not necessarily be doing this in your runs all the time, because you might want to gain more speed. But as you can see, we've pretty much made it to the end. Well, almost. So what I did there is probably the best way you want to practice it. In your first couple of runs, you want to just practice doing continuous left dodges. That was the only thing I was doing, was just waiting until I'm upside down, waiting a tiny bit longer, and then dodging to the left. And I made it all the way down. After you've got the left dodges down, and you made it down, you know, pretty successfully, pretty consistently, then you can start incorporating right dodges. Right dodges is when you're right way up. You know, you're not upside down, you're the right way up. The thing is, if you actually dodge to the right and don't continue turning fast enough to the left, you're going to get kicked off your Sparrow. So if you're not turning fast enough, you might want to throw in another left dodge just to make sure you don't fall off. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to start out normally just with the left dodges to begin us. And then I'm going to start incorporating some right dodges. There's a right dodge there. There's a right dodge there. There's a right dodge there. And you can do both at the same time. So a right dodge and then a left dodge. Now here's what happens if you don't turn fast enough after right dodging. You get kicked off your Sparrow. So what you want to do to circumvent that is to right dodge and then instantly start holding your left directional button afterwards. You don't need to do left dodges or right dodges specifically. The only reason I suggest learning left dodges is because it's much easier to begin with. If you start off with a right dodge, then what you're actually going to do is have to hit the stabilizers so that you can turn faster on your initial one. But it's not too difficult to just do right dodges all the way down. Again, it also does actually cut your spinning momentum more significantly because you're actually tapping to the right twice. But it's still possible. Now that we got the basics down, I want to show you a good run and generally how I adjust where I'm traveling, if I'm traveling too far to the left of the goal or too far to the right. Let's have a look at what that looks like. And what do you believe? Ugh, what do you know? I fucked it up almost instantly. But hey, it's still salvageable. It's completely fine. As long as you keep doing the scoops if necessary, dodging wherever is necessary, then you'll be able to keep on going. And now let's have a quick look at where we're traveling. We're heading a little bit to the left, so I'm going to angle my camera a little bit towards where I want to go. A bit closer there. And as I can turn it further along, I can sort of influence where I'm traveling to. And hopefully make it all the way there. If I was traveling over to the right side here, what I would do is actually turn my camera originally from this position more to the left so that I can actually sort it out. There are some other alternatives to sparrow flying. One of them is slipstreaming, which I'm not personally good at, but I'll give it a shot here. The whole idea is that you're actually turning down and to the left and activating your left boost when you come around in the rotation. Again, I'm pretty freaking terrible, so I'm not going to get any distance. If you want to look at someone who's actually very sufficient at doing that and actually has a guide on it, Protex on YouTube is very, very good at slipstreaming and definitely recommend checking out his stuff. The only other thing that's sort of similar to sparrow flying is sparrow climbing. And what this involves is actually, again, jumping into an open space, summoning your sparrow, and you want to dodge upwards as you turn. Again, I'm not very good at this. AC is incredibly good at this. So you might want to go check out his stream. He does a bunch of stuff like that. Currently in the dungeon, there's no actually proper use for this for a speedrun strat, but you are able to get out of bounds and on top of the cube area. So we've got that far at the very least. And that's pretty much it. At that point, you just want to give it some time. Jump into the dungeon, start practicing it as much as you can. You know, you're going to mess up every now and then, in which case just get off, jump on another sparrow, give it another shot, and keep working on it. I want to say thanks to a couple people, Protex of course, and AC, generally two sources that helped me learn sparrow flying to begin with. Another person who helped out was Mythic. His initial video on Twitter with sparrow flying really sort of got me and I believe AC into wanting to learn this sort of thing, so thank you very much for that. And yeah, best of luck you guys.